Now let's move on to the term Anthropocene. Officially, according to the geologist community, we are living in an epoch known as Holocene. The Holocene is a geological epoch that follows directly after the Pleistocene. But nowadays, the last 2 decades, scientists said that the impact of the human life has been so huge, despite our relatively short existence on Earth, that we should acknowledge this fact properly. Meaning that the age of humans is here, and it corresponds to a new epoch that they called the Holocene. Few people have heard of the International Commission on Stratigraphy. The job of this commission is to set global standards for the fundamental scale for expressing the history of Earth. Well, this commission has a subcommission on quaternary stratigraphy, which has set up a working group to decide by 2016 whether the Anthropocene should be considered a new geological epoch in its own right. To signal that our activities have brought to an end the current Holocene period, which lasted 11,000 years. Or if the Anthropocene should be considered a subdivision of the Holocene. This term, Anthropocene, was first coined by Paul Crutzen and Eugene Stormer in May 2000 in an article published in the International Geosphere-Biosphere Program newsletter. What they said that human impact is not a temporary blip, but it is likely to last for a long time, even if we take drastic action over global warming now. The effects what happened up to now will last for tens and thousands of years because of the momentum built into the climate system. Now scientists have found proof, geological proof, of the Anthropocene at the Crawford Lake in Canada, according to a statement from the Max Planck Society for the Advancement of Society. Crawford Lake was selected from among 12 golden spike candidates around the globe, including the ice of Antarctica, 2 remote coral reefs, a mountaintop peat bog, and a polluted California bay. Each one of these spots contained evidence, geological evidence, for the same simultaneous surge of the human pollution around 1950, particularly a sudden spike into the radioactive plutonium from nuclear weapons testing, which will serve as the primary marker of the Anthropocene. It's rather sad, no? This idea has gained traction in other disciplines of academia, as well as in politics, culture, art, and media over the last 2 decades. So, it's not only a pure geological term anymore, but it's used by other disciplines with broader senses and different senses. The proponents of the Anthropocene argue that humans have become the primary geological force on Earth. And this gives us humans the responsibility towards the biochemical cycles of the planet on which all life depends. Not only human life, but all species' life depend. Since its conception, the term lost its geological connotation, at least to some degree, and gained environmental, ethical, political, and philosophical meanings, as long as debates emerged around this subject. These debates on the political implications of the Anthropocenes and the assumptions underlying the different definitions of it are central to understanding sustainability policy and politics in our 21st century.